Hello everyone, hope you all are doing great. In this video, I would like to talk about one of the OG Layer 1 project, Phantom. So most of you must be already aware of it, and it had a very decent run in the last bull cycle as well. Um, I would like to share some of my research and the readings that I have done, what's going on in this project so far, and it looks to be a good potential candidate from investment perspective for the upcoming bull cycle as well. So first thing first, I'm not a financial advisor, so this video is only for your educational purpose only, and definitely not intended for any UK people very specifically. So let's start. So as we know, most of you already heard about the Phantom, right? So it's not a new project. It was founded in 2018. They probably raised 40 million dollars of funding in their ICO, and uh, it had a very good run in the last bull cycle, and then after that, of course, like any other project, it this project also got impacted with the market. um, Having said that, it seems like the development team is has not set back ideal, and I think they have done a decent progress in last couple of years in this project, especially talking about optimizing the infrastructure side of it, meaning like scalability, performance of the project, what kind of a hardware requirement a project needs. So as we all know, Andre Cronje, with this guy doesn't need any introduction. We all know he's been known as DeFi dad as such in crypto world. So he is back to the team. He has joined back the Phantom Foundation. So we're talking about one of the topmost brains working in this project. Michael Kong is another very nice guy. So um, the thing that I would like to bring into your attention in this project is about in this video is about the testnet, the Fantom Sonic. So Fantom Sonic testnet is basically, technically speaking, uh, it's machine FVM, so Phantom Virtual Machine, Carmen data storage, which is expected to reduce a lot of database storage requirement and optimize consensus mechanism. So if you don't know, Phantom project is not based on, it's not using the blockchain as such. It's using a different technology, which is DAG, direct acyclic graph. And this particular technology has its own pros and cons, but again, it does help a lot in if the intention is to make the project highly scalable, right? So let's briefly talk about Fantom Sonic, and what I will also do is I will probably give you a kind of a quick walkthrough about the Fantom Sonic testnet, and I would strongly urge you guys to have a test by yourself. Uh, Absolutely incredible speed, absolutely impressive. So very fast transactions when I tried and tested doing some of the swaps. Yeah, so if we compare with the existing speed or performance of Phantom, there is a significant improvement we are talking about. So we're talking about it is aiming to achieve 2000 to 3000 transactions per second, which I believe we are talking about at the moment on a very highly optimistic side. I think we're talking about 70-80 transactions per second on Phantom right now, and the finality is also going to reduce by 1 second. I will show you the stats on the testnet itself. um I think some of the key pros or the points that will impress you of this project is, of course, it's a safe mid cap play. I still would not put this project in the large cap. I would still say that it's a mid cap under 1 billion. So if we are expecting the crypto market to increase and go up to 4 5 trillion, I we would have to consider under 1 billion project as a which as a mid cap, which used to be considered as large cap in previous cycle. Very strong team. Another point, Andre Cronje is back to the team, and I don't need to tell you guys who Andre Cronje is and how good this guy is. I think Yeah, so his presence actually is a big plus to Phantom from development perspective as well as brand perspective. So I personally consider Andre Cronje itself is a brand. So his association with the project is a big plus to Phantom. Um, should be comparatively safe from regulatory perspective because to the best of my understanding, Andre got a very great knowledge about the regulatory requirement itself, right? He did a lot of research on the asset tokenization, if you guys don't know of, and he has a very clear mind, very detailed and deep understanding about what regulators are looking for or what can be the underlying regulatory or compliance risk for a particular crypto project. So I'm assuming that with such a deep knowledge on that side, he must be taking care of those side of the things in the project. Yeah. So that again is another big plus. Other things are number of active users and dApps. Yeah. So consider this, guys. If they manage to achieve 2,000 to 3,000 transaction it per second, it's massive. So it definitely will attract a lot of attentions about the dApps, the gaming dApps, maybe new DeFi dApps, etc., etc. And the other, we can very we can strongly expect the ecosystem to grow once Fantom Sonic mainnet will be launched. The other point is healthy treasury reserves. So anybody like me who is more a kind of a long-term player and looking for some kind of a, like, the main intention is to have your invested money safe rather than 100x. I mean, of course, it's a no-brainer. So they have a very healthy treasury reserve. Of course, nobody has seen the future, and then we can't control our luck. So if we are unfortunate enough, anything can also happen. But the way things are getting developed in the project, the way the treasury is being maintained, how healthy the treasury is, this project is here to stay, even in this cycle or maybe next. I mean, they will keep on building it. Is what I'm expecting. What probably you would not like. So again, and this is again situational. What I'm saying you would not like is based on the current situation. So if you go to DeFi Llama and then if you look for the global liquidity or total value logged, of course, like any other project, uh, Phantom has also been impacted. Total value logged has been decreased a lot, and the global liquidity. I think things are getting improved with time, especially in last couple of weeks. Uh, yeah, so I didn't get a chance to complete this slide, but when I made this slide is a week back. So I things are getting started getting kind of a moving into a positive direction from global liquidity perspective. And again, we all know that if there will be some catalyst like ETF block, like Bitcoin ETF approval, etc., comes in, I think global liquidity should not be an issue in the coming months. The other risk that I would say is the project is too dependent on Andre right now. So the only two the names that we all mainly hear is Andre Cronje. I think Phantom is the another name of Andre Cronje, right? So, but I could see Michael Kong presents in a lot of presentations, a lot of seminars now. I think there are some other interesting and very knowledgeable person joining it. I think they have some global marketing manager. I was listening the podcast of that guy also. He seems a very interesting and very knowledgeable guy. So I think this dependency also, this risk of dependency on the Andre will also get mitigated with time. Yeah, and of course, we all know that we are talking about many more new blockchains right now, which has increased the competition significantly. So, which is good. Like, having a healthy competition is good, but again, it is something that the competition level for Phantom was definitely much more right now in compared to the previous cycle. But again, the development progress should compensate that, right? So yeah. Estimated price, guys. Again, not a financial advisor. Again, that's completely my personal view. Don't get too excited about it, or don't get too demotivated about it. If you're looking for 100x, it's completely your call. I think we are still talking about a 5 to 10x potential on a conservative side for this project. Of all depends on how Phantom Sonic mainnet will go, which I am actually looking forward to it. So without going into too much of a theory now, let's go and jump into how the Phantom Sonic testnet. Let me show you that. Let's go into two things. One, let me show you the some quick interesting stats that I was looking for Phantom. So if you will see here, the revenue, 30-day revenue, and the fees, that's quite impressive increase we are talking about. And then now let's go to the Phantom Sonic. So this is the public phone Phantom Sonic testnet. You guys are all free, and then just go on, add your Phantom Sonic RPCs etc. into the MetaMask. Which I'll put this link into the at the end of the video. So when you go there, first thing first, add it to the MetaMask. Once it is added to the MetaMask, then let me disconnect it and then let me show you. So if I'll go to connect wallet and I'll try to connect it, it gives me two. We will come to Sonic Connect later, but let's try to connect to MetaMask now. I am connected to the MetaMask wallet. Now you can request some test phantoms, some test Corel, which I have already requested you. It's just a matter of just clicking on that button. Once that is connected, and then now this is where the real fun begins. Now let me do one thing. Let me just try to show you one of the transaction and just, I mean, it was impressive to me. So if I'll go here and do that swap, the maximum time that it's taking is your MetaMask population, uh, and then that's the main time. But the actual, see, yeah, so but the actual transaction takes so less time. Now if you will see the guess is again, it's like 0.000, it's almost next to nothing, right? So if we are talking about 0.30 cents of a one phantom, so we're talking about almost negligible amount of gas fee here. Once I'll confirm that, just see guys, so it's done. So this is what I was talking about. It did not take even a fraction of a second to complete the transaction here, right? That's what. And so again, that reminded me another good feature. They're talking about gas monetization for the dApps. So I think without going to too much of technical detail, it's what we are talking about is kind of a incentive for any dApp developers to develop their dApps on Phantom Network. So they will share the revenue of the fees generated by using those dApps. Yeah. So that's about Phantom Sonic. I highly recommend you guys to test it. And if now let me show you this also, the finality part that I was talking about. So if I'll click on this open page, just see that time to finality is 0.55 right now. Transactions per day are 18 million transactions, right? So very encouraging results so far of the testnet, right? So what the end result would be, nobody knows, but it's looking very interesting. So I would say that keep an eye on it, test it by yourself, right, and see how good or bad you find it. I think again repeating it again, but when you swap it, the time it takes to pop up the MetaMask etc., I think that's nothing to do with the Phantom blockchain. That will take anyway for any blockchain, right? But once you confirm the transaction, how much time the transaction takes to complete, just look at it, and then it's just fraction of seconds we are talking about, right? The other thing, at what I would show you again, a very interesting thing. I mean, when I do the connect, it gives me an option of a Sonic Connect, which is basically makes life very simple. And again, I think they are in the very initial stage of it. We are talking about a kind of a browser wallet. So what it will do is it generates the private key and then store it in the browser cache. I'll just do okay. I'm not connecting to MetaMask. It basically has created a browser wallet and stored my key here. Now again, I think let's stop it here. But again, uh, without going to too much of a detail, I think we need to wait for them to give some more details about it, because they very specifically said that only use it in the test net. So I think that's more kind of a work in progress. So once you connect to browser cache, again do request Phantom and then request Oh yeah, so I think I have already requested for that before. That's why it's saying too many requests. But again, rather than MetaMask, we can connect to the browser wallet and do the similar kind of a transaction again here using this Sonnet Connect. So I mean, again, I'm exploring. I'm also doing some more research on that part. Maybe in the next video, I will cover that Sonnet Connect feature in detail. But again, cut the long story short. Sonic test Phantom Sonic testnet looks very impressive so far. Yeah, so that's all I wanted to cover in this video. Idea was that making you aware what's going on the in the Phantom world, and also giving you a kind of a quick demo about the testnet that I found interesting. Right. So hope you found this video useful. Uh, Please like if you did, and also subscribe if you haven't, and please share this video and details with your friends and family as well. Right. All right, guys. Have a good one. Thanks.